Hey guys, Con here. Finally decided to get around to answering those questions you guys asked on my question and answer video. Got really delayed with some other stuff like work and school related things, and then I was working on some other projects around my house. So let's just go ahead and get straight into it. I got quite a few answers to get through. I'm gonna mostly answer all of them, but if I didn't get around to yours, sorry. It might have already been asked to, so. Uh, Without further ado, let's just get going here. First question comes from Chaco Token 5. He says, "Amazing, do you like the Dance Central series?" Well, I did have Dance Central for my Xbox 360, but I actually sold my Kinect and Dance Central and all my R Kinect games with it. I own Xbox 360s, that's not the issue. I have like 6 Xbox 360s or something like that at this house. Um, I just thought the Kinect wasn't that great. I was expecting more from it, and I mean, I got some decent playtime out of it, but it wasn't worth the $150 investment in the R games I paid for it. I had a good time playing Child of Eden too. If I were to say, like, the most disappointing game that I got rid of with the Kinect was Child of Eden, but I could have honestly kept that because I could have played it with the controller. So yeah, I played Dance Central series. It was okay. Not anywhere near as fun as Dance Dance Revolution. I felt it kind of lost its spark maybe after I played it. I don't know, 50 songs on it. I felt like the song list was kind of short too, so it kind of had to do with it, I guess, as well. Didn't have super a great replay value for me. So that kind of answers the question there. So we'll go ahead and move on to South Cool Dude. He says, "Hey Con, what's your favorite song to play on DDR and why?" My favorite song to play on DDR, I never really have taken the time to really put down like a must play every single time I go to play Dance Dance Revolution. I have to say on doubles, there's a couple songs that I go back and play usually. Um, which would be like Flowers. That's a really fun chart. Let's see, 1998 is a really fun chart. That's a good warm up chart to get me kind of into doubles when I play. Um, Another favorite one of mine. Gosh, I just have one in my head for like more doubles stuff. But yeah, I really don't have any that's like a favorite chart out of everything. Uh, but I do have another one that I would like to mention on singles that I feel is a little underrated is Smooch. Smooch on Challenge. If you watch the background video when you play the song, it makes you do the freestyle routine to what the girls are doing in the background video for that song. So that's actually really, really cool, and I enjoy playing that one. It's a good freestyle song, and it gets people watching you when you play. That's another one of my favorites. It's probably one of the only ones that has really stuck out to me on singles that I played so far. Besides like boss songs that I like to play, like Lupin the Third 78. That's like every time I go back to Fourth Mix Plus, I find myself playing that song. It's just a really fun chart. So that kind of answers your question for doubles and singles for me. I really technically don't have one that I go and play every single time I go play Dance Dance Revolution, but those are ones that definitely stick out to me on doubles and singles. So go ahead and move on to Yaramania, who asked, "Why did you never upload my terrible Para Para dancing video?" That's a good question. It's on right here on this iPad that I'm recording with. So I'll go ahead and upload that. Once it's uploaded, you can check it out by clicking this annotation right here. Go ahead and click on that. I'll probably throw in the other ones that are also on my iPad as well. There might be one of me. I don't remember if we ever actually got around to recording me playing. But yeah, so those are on there. You guys can go watch all of us embarrass ourselves playing Para Para Paradise. So we'll go ahead and move on to the next question from Agent P of New Vestoria. He asks, "Alright, I got a question later this year under the Big Top. Is Under the Big Top getting King of Fighters 13 normal or Climax? If not, then I will request King of Fighters videos I want to see on your channel." Um, Well, it's kind of hard to explain, but basically the answer is no for King of Fighters. There's a few reasons behind that, and it's because there's not really a huge fighting game community out in the Chicagoland area. At GameWorks, that would be more of a place suited for King of Fighters or any fighting game for that matter, because it's in the middle of everything. It's near Chicago. It's in the middle of all this huge shopping area, so like that would be the place to put like a big fighting game like King of Fighters or um, any fighting game for that matter. Like I know there's a lot of people that go out there and play Super Street Fighter 4, but for King of Fighters, actually, GameWorks did have a King of Fighters 12, I believe it was, and they were running it on two of their candy cabinets, and no one played them. So they actually got rid of the upgrades or the kits inside and put Super Street Fighter 4 kits in them. I don't know what happened to the King of Fire kits. They probably sold them or threw them out, or it's in the back room somewhere. But yeah, there's no one likes King of Fighters around here. I've never really met anyone that was a huge King of Fighters fan in the first place. I just don't think it's popular in the Midwest at all. So, not going to happen for Under the Big Top, especially. There's no way I would recommend it. There's not going to be anyone playing it. For me playing it personally, I will not play it because when I played King of Fighters 12, I hated it. I do not like the King of Fighters series. I'm not good at fighting games to begin with. I have BlazBlue, I have Arcana Heart 3 for the Xbox 360, and I suck at both of those games. I have even Tekken, I suck at that game too. I try to play these fighting games and I'm just not good at them. So, those kind of videos like that, you're not going to see me doing any fighting videos. I know there's other questions coming up that will kind of answer what videos you can expect from me besides DDR, but it's definitely not going to be probably fighting game related stuff ever. So go ahead and move on to the next question here. Distort Red, he asks, I wish to get better at DDR, but there are no cabinets within a reasonable radius. So I'm stuck mostly playing Stepmania on a keyboard. Any recommendations on what I should do? Yeah, I got a few recommendations. You can go out and get a console, Dance Dance Revolution for that console and a dance pad. That's always an option, obviously. PS2 is pretty much dead, so you can get a PS2 for pretty cheap. A cheap DDR game, even the older ones like DDR Max and Max 2, you can probably pick up on like Craigslist or something for a few bucks. And a dance pad, get those still at GameStop, I'm sure. Or you can maybe go on Craigslist, go to like Goodwill or something. They probably have some there, just a few dollars again. So you can do that, or what else you can do is you must have a computer if you're writing this or something. You can download Stepmania and just play on a keyboard, or get a dance mat, a game store like I said before, and get a PS2 to USB adapter. Plug that in and map the dance pad to Stepmania, and just play Stepmania. I mean, hey, it's something, right? You're actually playing something dance game related, and you're gonna probably be playing more of the newer songs that I'm probably gonna be playing because there's no X3 machine or anything around here. So yeah, that's always an option. I definitely would recommend the console game stuff before Stepmania because again, it's not official. Stepmania is not like the official Dance Dance Revolution, so it doesn't count. Nothing counts towards like a perfect full combo AAA count or anything like that. So I hope that kind of helps you out here. It would be really cool to see more people playing Dance Dance Revolution and Stepmania again. I feel like a lot of people have kind of phased out of it, so it kind of sucks. Go ahead and move on to Psycon Zero. He asks, Con, what is your opinion about Konami being complete dicks and cutting off the USA on pretty much anything but money related? Alright, so I'm just going to really cut down this question to a very short answer. And my answer is I don't think they're dicks at all. As a business move, it's very smart. There's a lot of differences between Japanese arcades and American arcades. Their arcade scene is thriving and doing well, and everyone plays arcade games there. In America, it's not the same. American arcades are pretty much dead. with that being said, and all these other things that I could mention, I don't think it's a bad idea for them to pull out at all. In all honesty, I'm still a bit surprised that they even released Dance Dance Revolution up through X2, but there's still a community out there, so I wouldn't be surprised if they actually came back in the future to release other DDR games. But for other Bamani stuff, of course they're not going to release it here. There's not enough of a following. No one's interested in getting into those games or anything like that, so they're not going to be released here. It's a very smart business move. There's no profit to be made by releasing those games in America, pretty much. So, I hope that kind of answers the question. No, they're not being dicks. They're just making a smart business move, essentially. So, we'll go ahead and move on to the next question from Gearmaster. He asks, do you ever grow bored of DDR at all? I haven't used it since last year, wondering if I should start playing again. Surprisingly, I don't get asked this question that much. Yes, I do get bored of DDR sometimes. It's kind of hard to explain. Like, I'll go to work and I'll be like, when I get there, I'll be like, oh yeah, when I'm done at work today, I'm gonna play Dance Dance Revolution. And then work is done, and I'm just like, you know what, I don't want to play Dance Dance Revolution. I just kind of want to go home and play Modern Warfare or sit down at my computer because I'm getting bored of the game. Because there's nothing left for me to really AAA on singles. But sometimes like I'll go and I'll be like, maybe I'll just play a couple rounds and see how I'm doing, and then actually like the moment I start playing, I don't stop playing until I get something accomplished. So yeah, I mean, I do get bored of it. There's times where I go really slow. I can't get any perfect scores. And then there's times where I'm on a roll. Like yesterday I played Dance Dance Revolution. I got 5 new AAAs on doubles. So it just kind of depends. When I'm on that high like I am right now, where I'm just pumping out these AAAs, I'm having a great time. But otherwise, when it's slow and I'm not doing too well, it's boring. It's not fun anymore. You just gotta find those ways to get back in and start playing again. I bet if you go back and play Dance Dance Revolution, you'll probably have a good time. You haven't played it in over a year, so if you go back, try something a little bit different. Maybe play on doubles. Maybe play songs that you normally wouldn't have played. Just play those favorite songs that you've always enjoyed. Go back and play the game. It's a lot of fun. I kind of take it for granted sometimes being able to play Dance Dance Revolution machines for free or any of my arcade games for free, but I always go back and I play them and I'm just like, wow, I've been like wasting my time. I could have been playing this. This is fun. So yeah, go back and play it, man. Just try to keep with it, I guess. That's always how I always try to stick with the game, and I always end up enjoying it in the end. So hopefully we'll see you back playing Dance Dance Revolution. Next question is from I'm Christopher Life Fan 11. I'll go ahead and read his whole thing here because I think it's kind of neat. He says, if it weren't for you, Con, I would have never gotten back into Dance Dance Revolution, and I'm so glad I came back because if I didn't, I would have wasted a great talent. So I thank you a ton. But anyway, here's my questions. 1, what got you into DDR in the first place? And 2, is Stepmania the same as playing official Dance Dance Revolution? I'll go ahead and start with his first question. What got me into DDR in the first place? My brother and my sister wanted to buy Dance Dance Revolution many years ago, back when DDR Max 2 was brand new for the PlayStation 2 in America. And I didn't like the idea. I thought it was going to be a stupid girly dance game. I didn't see the big deal about it. So, the PS2 was brand new. We just got a PlayStation 2. We had this stupid karaoke game. Thought it was going to be similar to that. So they went out to Toys R Us. They got Air Max 2 and 2 dance pads, and we brought home, and we unboxed and everything. Just like, oh, this isn't what I thought it was gonna be, and I actually played a round of it. And I'm just like, oh wow, this is actually really fun. I actually remember like the first song I played too was a little bit of Ecstasy, and like at that moment I played it, it was like that. I was instantly hooked, and I never stopped playing it since. Not like a day goes by where like Dance Dance Revolution somehow isn't in my head. And then your second question here is Stepmania the same as playing official Dance Dance Revolution? No. There's a few reasons why. Let me go ahead and start with like the timing window related thing. Dance Dance Revolution times everything you do in frames. Like the game runs at like 60 frames per second or something like that. I know the older Max games or whatever, they run at 60 frames, so I could be wrong about Supernova and stuff. And like a frame is like a marvelous, and 2 frames is a perfect in Dance Dance Revolution. On Step Mania, it's calculated in milliseconds, so the timing right off the bat is incorrect. Even if you have the milliseconds down to the same thing as it being in frames on Dance Dance Revolution, it still wouldn't be the same because there's many other factors you have to include when saying that it's arcade perfect or it's a perfect port of a Dance Dance Revolution game. You got like the background views, you got other latency issues that goes on with machines. You got like the backgrounds going on. It's all being done in like a high resolution, and that could cause the game to lag a little bit. There's just all these other hidden things that you really don't think about when it comes to timing. So it's hard to say that Step Mania would ever be counted towards Dance Dance Revolution. So you just don't count it. It wouldn't be fair because you could build this awesome, powerful Bomani PC, and then it just wouldn't be the same because you'd have all these advantages over people that would have to be playing on the older official hardware and stuff like that. So I hope that kind of explains it. The big thing is the timing. That's why it's not the same, and there's all those other hidden things that really start to add up to it being exactly the same as Dance Dance Revolution. Again, I'm really happy I got you back into Dance Dance Revolution too. Quite a few people have told me that. I'm glad you guys got back into it and started playing again. So yeah, go ahead and move on to Sound Effects 09. He says, congrats on the 1 million views. Have you seen my channel lately? I've been getting some DR views in. Yes, I have seen your channel. Quite a few times actually. Sometimes it pops up in my recommended videos on YouTube. So go ahead and answer your 2 questions here. First one, will you resume trying to perfect full combo songs on DDR-X2, and can you make a video of like tips and tricks to clearing level 15s through 18s? First question, I can't record any X2 videos unless it's somewhere that's not GameWorks. I am unbanned from GameWorks. For those of you that don't know, I got banned from GameWorks for many reasons. I was kind of rude to the staff. I was breaking their rules and whatnot. But I've been unbanned, but their rules state that you cannot take video photography of any of their arcade machines or the facility at all. You can take photos, but not videos. So I will never record Dance Dance Revolution at that venue ever again. So if I can find an X2 machine somewhere else that does allow recording there, yeah, I'll definitely make videos of it. That's not even a question. Of course I will. For your second question here, tips and tricks videos for level 15s or 18s, I could probably do that. A lot of it's going to be just stamina tips and tricks because that's what a lot of people seem to struggle with, is moving fast enough and having the ability to keep going throughout the whole song. Like, people will say, oh, I can get through max 300 but the last string kills me. Well, it sounds like you're having a stamina related issue, so I would give you tips on something like that more than having to move your feet faster. It's definitely a possibility for me to do something like that in the future, but I'm afraid it's going to be more towards increasing your stamina more than anything else. So yeah, I guess kind of look out for in the future. It's definitely a possibility. I'm trying to kind of expand my YouTube channel to more than just Dance Dance Revolution gameplay, so that might be something I might be doing in the future. Go ahead and move on to the next question from RyGuy900 the second. He asks, hardest AAA you've ever gotten? There's quite a few hard AAAs I've gotten, obviously, but they're not ones that you probably think are too hard. One of those being Volume 4 on 4th Mix Plus. That took me forever to AAA. It took me days and days of playing it, and I finally got it. Let's see, Romance no Kami-sama, that took a ton of tries at AAA. Those 16th streams are insane on that game. It's ridiculous, that ending. I can't believe I still have gotten that AAA to this day. Lupin the Third 78, it's stupidly hard. It's so difficult. There's so many 16th streams in it. I still can't believe I got that one. Furuhata's theme. This took me forever. I wanted to make it a special AAA. I didn't want to go and be like, oh yeah, I AAA'd Bumblebee for number, what was it, 500 or something? No, 600. For like AAA number 600. That would have been disappointing. I wanted it to be this like cool, bossy kind of song, and it took me forever to AAA because I would always mess up either the beginning or the ending of the song. So those are the ones that stick out. You would think Sakura's on there, but it's not really. Konoko no Nanatsu wasn't too difficult. I got that one pretty fast. And Unreal is probably one on there too for songs that probably took me a lot of AAAs, but honestly weren't that hard because the machine I was playing on was really being a piece of crap. So hopefully that kind of answers your questions. Just the four I listed first are definitely some of the hardest I've gotten in my opinion. I'll go ahead and move on to the next question. Pooh the First. He says he's got 2 questions for me. First question, what's it like working at Under the Big Top with arcade games? Seems really awesome, kind of like a dream job. And 2, did you ever try to learn to play crossovers, or have you stuck with foot switches my whole DDR career? We'll go ahead and start with the first one. It's awesome working at Under the Big Top. I love my job. I love the people that come in there. They're having a good time. Everyone's happy to be there. Even the employees are happy to be working there. Both the owners of the business are very nice people. They like take my just anything I say, they take it really on a serious note. Like if I have a problem with something, or if I think something needs to be changed or something, they would take it to heart, and they trust me enough to make those kind of like comments and decisions. I'm not just the arcade operator there. I don't just fix the games there. I work at the front. I work the go-karts there. I'm also the IT there. So anything that rings up on the PC there, it was programmed by me, most likely, in the system. So that's really cool as well. It's something I never thought I was going to be the person doing there, and I have a great time doing that stuff. Second question, do I do crossovers? Of course I do crossovers. Some songs you have to do the crossovers. There's no way you can't do the crossovers on some songs. Again, one of the big ones where you can't BS the song, you have to do the crossovers, is Romance no Kami-sama. If you haven't seen the video of it, I recommend you go check it out. Click this annotation right here. It will bring you to the video. Seriously, watch that ending. It's impossible to BS without doing crossovers. I just like doing foot switches more because I'm more relaxed doing it. I feel like it's more reliable than me doing a crossover. So most of the time you'll see me just do a foot switch instead of a crossover, but there's songs where you do the crossovers because you have to. When you play doubles like I am right now, you find out you can't do almost any crossovers because you have to move to the next pad almost all the time. So you have to learn the crossovers to play doubles, or you're not going to pass anything with a perfect score. So yes, I do crossovers. I don't only do foot switches. It's been somewhat more recently that I've been doing that though. So if you're watching my older stuff, you're going to see me only do foot switches. If you're watching some of my newer stuff, you'll see me do both. Go ahead and move on to the next question here. Mattman125. He asks, are there any other rhythm games you enjoy, and what other game genres do you like? Is there any other rhythm games I enjoy? Of course there is. I own all these arcade machines. I own a Beatmania machine, Guitar Freaks, Drum Mania, Easy2DJ. All those machines, I enjoy playing those. So those are the rhythm games I like to play. I own 2DX on my PlayStation 2. I have a 2DX controller. I love playing 2DX. Easy to DJ is awesome. Guitar Freaks Drum Mania. I can pass 99s on Drum Mania. That's as high as the difficulty goes. So of course I like playing Drum Mania. I've loved playing Drum Mania since even before I was playing Rock Band. I was playing Drum Mania. So I've been having a lot of fun doing that. So that kind of answers that question. Of course I like our music games. I also play Technica. I play Technica every time I go to GameWorks, so that's another game I play all the time. Even Taiko no Tatsujin, I play that. So yes, of course there's our music games I play. Where do you, or I'm sorry, what are music games, oh, what are game genres do I like? I was gonna say, I totally just answered that question before, but what are game genres do I like? First person shooters and RPGs and shmups. Those are the three art genres you guys see me play besides music games. First person shooters, you guys see me playing probably Black Ops 2 in the future. A lot of you know I already played Modern Warfare 3. Halo 4, looking forward to that release here, so hopefully more Halo videos coming in the future. For role-playing games, could be anything. I know I beat Star Ocean. That took me forever to actually beat that game. Final Fantasy 13, I played that. I still haven't beaten it. Gotta get around to doing that so I can play the second game. Let's see. Tales of Vesperia, that's probably one of my favorite video games that I've ever played. Still gotta go back and replay that one. Like I had a blast playing that one, so I'll go back and play that. And then shmups, if you're not familiar with that genre, it's called shoot 'em ups, pretty much. It's kind of like Galaga, except you're gonna find more bullets heading towards you, and less bullets probably going towards the enemy off your ship. So, those kind of games are like Mushihima Sama Futari. I uploaded a video of that forever ago, probably. Um, um, Gosh, I can't even think of ones off the top of my head all of a sudden. Dodonpachi Daiojo, I played that one. So that's a really fun game. Just any shmups. I'm totally can't think of their names right now because they're all Japanese. Death Smiles. I love Death Smiles. Both the first and second games were amazing. So you'll see me probably play those randomly on Xbox Live. So if you're friends with me on Xbox Live, you probably have seen me play those games. Also, just recently too, I actually played a visual novel on my computer, and I loved it. As lame as that sounds, it's a freaking book pretty much that you're reading, and then you make a few decisions in it. And that's the first one I actually have played legitly, where I was the person making the decisions. It wasn't me like with a controller pushing down like the R button, rubber banding it, and tossing it on my bed and walking away so I can get 1,000 points. It was literally me sitting there reading all the text and playing it legitly. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the story on it, so I might play more of those in the future too, which I never expected. So those are the kind of genres I enjoy playing. So if you're going to see me play games on Xbox Live, it's going to probably be one of those besides music games, which you'll see on my channel. Next question is from Erfels McBride. And they ask, what is your favorite animes and where do you find Bamani cabinets? Favorite animes? Gosh, I can't think of all of them off the top of my head. I've watched well over 300 different animes by now. I'll put a link in the description to my anime planning account so you can see all the actual series I've watched and how many hours that adds up to. It's well over 2 months at this point of just straight anime, which is insane. But ones that stand out to me as of right now, Sedokai Yaku and Domo. That is a hilarious series to this day. That's probably one of my favorites. It was probably one of just the funniest series I've ever watched in my life. Doesn't have to even necessarily be anime. Just one of the funniest things I've ever watched. MM was awesome. I'm not sure if that's actually how you pronounce it. I know you can also say Emu. So that was a very good series. I just watched that one recently. I fell in love with it. I thought that was really, really funny. Shiki actually on the box set's right there. Yes, that is an awesome series. Was so happy it got released in the US, so I went out and bought the box set. which I'm not like a big like violent anime guy. I like comedies and Eki series, so that was kind of going outside the box, and I still love that one. And the last one that is probably on my list is To Love Ru. I've been reading To Love Ru Darkness on my iPad here. I love that series. I've loved it since the moment I watched the anime all the way through. I've been watching the whole series. That's one of my favorites as well. I know it got a release in America too. I would definitely end up probably buying a box set in the future since I was watching it when it was airing in Japan. So yeah, those are my favorites. For where do I find my Bamani cabinets? Let me just go through a list on which ones I found where. Drum Mania was bought at a arcade auction. I bought off my friend maybe like a few weeks later. Dance Dance Revolution and Beat Mania were both bought on eBay. I didn't buy Dance Dance Revolution, my friend actually did, and we just kind of shared the cabinet probably a year later. Beat Mania was bought on eBay for $100, and I had to drive 6 hours to pick it up. You put it in my dad's pickup and brought it back home. I had to buy a new board on Yahoo Auctions Japan. Since my friend lives in Japan, he was able to pay for it and get everything done for me. That cost $50 more, so it was about $150 to get that machine running. Next one I got was Easy to DJ. I got that one on Bamani So, which is a private community for Bamani players. You could probably also get machines on Bamai Style and Xenius, one Vanisher. But that's where I got Easy2DJ and Guitar Freaks. Easy2DJ was free. A guy had it in his garage, he didn't want it anymore because it was broken and he wasn't able to fix it ever. So he gave it to me for free. I just had to pay to get shipped here, which was about $450 from Atlanta to Illinois. So that one was awesome because I actually got it running. I'm the only person in Illinois, or I guess in the United States, that has a running machine that's Easy2DJ. And the last one, Guitar Freaks, I got that one also on Bamani. So just private communities. I also recommend keeping an eye on Craigslist. Craigslist is another big place you can get great deals on. You just need to check every single day, and that's the sucky part about it. I don't think you can save searches or anything like that, so it just kind of, it's a daily thing you have to wake up and do every morning pretty much. So those are my recommendations. eBay, Craigslist, private communities like Bamani So, Bamani Style, Xenius, iVanisher. In arcade auctions, there hasn't been too many arcade auctions this year, so that kind of just goes out the window for choices pretty much. There probably will be more in the future, but as of right now, there's like nothing going on, so that kind of sucks. But that answers your question. I've gotten them all at like auctions or just on eBay and stuff like that. So next question. One Wing Gamer 18 asks, alright, here's a tough question for you. What are your 5 favorite DDR songs and charts from DDR in general? I kind of already answered this, but not really favorite DDR songs, so I'll just kind of list a few that pop straight into my head. Drop the Bomb. I love Drop the Bomb. It's always been one of my favorite songs. Rhythm and Police has always stood out to me. I really like Rhythm and Police. If You Were Here, that song's awesome. I freaking love it. Dam Daryam, I love that song. Anything from Dance Mania Fantasia is freaking fantastic. If you haven't ever listened to Dance Mania Fantasia, see if it's on YouTube or something. It's probably one of the best albums ever made. It's like a non-stop dance mix of just trance music. It's got ghosts on it. It's got So Deep. It's got Lovin' You. It has Ordinary World. All those songs are fantastic. It's all in the same mix. So yeah, those are like the ones that just stand out to me right now. There's other ones like even if I were to go back to each mix, I could just list endless amounts of just songs. Like if you told me DDR Max, I already mentioned Fantasia, but I love Follow Me on that mix. Follow Me is fantastic. I can't just make like a 5 favorites. Like, oh yeah, these are my 5 favorites. They always change. It's just what I've been into recently and what game I've been playing pretty much. So, but those are the ones that always just pop in my head because I listen to them on my iPod when driving or something like that. So I know that kind of didn't answer the question specifically, but I tried, right? At least it's something. Next question, DDR King JB asks, what song took the most tries to AAA? It's kind of a torn one. Volume 4 took a lot of AAAs. Furuhata's theme took a lot of AAAs. And Gentle Stress, oddly enough, took a ton of tries to AAA. So those three are probably on there, but I think Furuha's theme by far took the most tries for me at AAA. Of course, there's other songs I haven't AAA'd yet that I still have to, like Max 300, The Legend Max, all those like boss songs. Those will be the ones I will be able to say eventually. That took me the most tries to AAA, but as of right now, like Furuhata's theme, like it took me a ton of tries for me, like actually from the moment I played it saying I was getting the AAA to the moment where I got the AAA. It took me days and days like of playing it. Like I was gonna get before number, I think it was number 600, and it never happened. It happened, I was trying to get it even back when my machine was at NIU, and I just could never get that one AAA'd until like number 600. So yeah, that one's probably the one that took the most. Followed by Volume 4. That was me playing days and days of just 4th Mix Plus trying to get Volume 4 and playing a few other songs. And Gentle Stress, if you haven't seen, it's a really fun video. I recommend you go check it out. I'll put a link right here. I got a great on the last arrow, which was like the most devastating thing that has ever happened to me. So that just, it really, really sucks. But I got it eventually, so everything's all good. Just those three in particular stand out to me. Those probably took me the most AAAs to get, where I was saying, okay, going for the AAA, to the moment where I actually got it. Go ahead and move on to Hexsters Jr. He says, have you ever played Pump It Up Fiesta 2011, and have you ever tried other Konami rhythm games? I already answered the second question, so I'll just answer the first one. Have you ever played Pump It Up Fiesta? Yes, I have. A couple of my friends own Pump It Up machines, and they're all running at least Fiesta. So yes, I played it before. It's a lot of fun, but it's not as fun to DDR as me, or it's not as fun as DDR to me. So I never have gotten it really into the game that much, and there's no real Pump It Up machines around here. There was one point in St. Charles where they actually had a machine, and it was at St. Charles Bowl, which I lived like right down the street from it. And then suddenly, like a month or two later, it just randomly disappeared. So I'm not sure why that happened, but that was the only other time I really played Pump It Up a lot. So again, yes, I played it. Yes, it's a fun game. I would get a cabinet if I could afford one, and I could afford the upgrade kit. So yeah, maybe look into it in the future. I have no idea. Next question comes from Matthew Red 226, and he asks, so when are you gonna AAA Max 300? I'm actually gonna try to get for number 800. No promises. There's quite a few people are asking me what I'm gonna do for 800. I don't know. It's just whatever I can do for number 800. So if it doesn't happen, don't blame me. I'm gonna try though. And he also asked, when will we see videos of DRX? Same thing. GameWorks doesn't allow me to record there, so probably not going to happen. There might be something happening in the future, though, for like X, X2, and X3 videos, which you'll see if it does happen, but I can't really say anything at this moment, so just kind of keep an eye on this channel and hope for the best, that hopefully somewhere around here gets a cabinet, I go somewhere where I can play it, or something like that. Next question comes from, it's the over 9,000 guy, and he asks, can your 800 AAA be Captain Jack Randale remix? It's the last song you need AAA on 3rd Mix and 3rd Mix Plus, and 3rd Mix Korean version 1 to complete all three of those games. So, will it be number 800? Probably not. I'm more aiming towards like a max song, like a level 10 for number 800, but we'll see. Maybe for some reason I get the arcade monitor into DDR Extreme, and then that ends up being number 800. who knows? We'll see when things unfold. But like I said before, nothing specifically planned, set in stone. This is going to happen. It's just I'm going to try to get a really hard song for number 800, obviously. So just stay tuned for that. I know Captain Jack is going to happen fairly soon as well. I want an arcade monitor back in my DDR machine before I play Extreme again. Next question. Kevy1885 asks, what are your favorite games aside from Dance Dance Revolution? I kind of went into detail about this, but I'll go a little bit further. There's only a few other games that I play besides Dance Dance Revolution and all my other music games, which are also my favorites, which is Call of Duty and Halo. Those are probably the most games you'll see me going back to and playing. Call of Duty, I'm playing Modern Warfare 3 right now, but when Black Ops 2 comes out, I'm switching over to Black Ops 2, obviously. I actually stopped playing Halo Reach, but when Halo 4 comes out, I'm going to go back and play Halo 4. So, those are the games you're going to be seeing me playing the most and uploading videos for. Those are the games I play and enjoy on my free time as well. So, Dance Dance Revolution and all my arcade machines, Black Ops 2 when it comes out, and Halo 4. Those are going to be my favorite games that I'm going to be playing. Next question comes from Metallic Warrior 55. He says, can you do a AAA Morning Glory or Outer Limits, and what is my favorite character to use in DDR? First question. I can probably do Morning Glory on a warm-up. It's a very easy song, so maybe I'll go back and do that on warm-up fairly soon. Can I do Outer Limits? No, it's on only console game, so I'll never be able to play that. Not a lot of you know, but I actually sold almost all my Dance Dance Revolution console stuff, so I can't go back and play those games even if I wanted to. So that kind of sucks, but it's kind of silly when you own all these arcade machines that you can play the real arcade version instead of the dinky little console ones. So, Morning Glory maybe, Outer Limits no. Second question though was, what's my favorite character to use in DDR? Uni. I love Supernova 2 Uni and Classic Uni. Supernova 2 Uni is my bitch. You don't get to choose Uni. I choose Uni. Like, she is like my bitch. I love Uni. She's definitely my favorite Dance Dance Revolution character. I definitely like her Supernova 2 outfit more than like the X outfit, the X2 outfit, and even her classic one. So yeah, Uni's like the best character to me. And you'll see me play with her the most, followed by Emmy on Supernova. Getting to the end here finally. One of the closing questions here comes from CanCan967. He asks, which of these songs is the hardest out of these three? Trigger, Pluto Relinquish, and Pluto the First. I can full combo Trigger almost all the time, so that one's definitely first. Pluto the First I'm pretty good at. I could probably full combo that if I played it on an arcade machine, so I'll put that one as second. In Pluto Relinquish, I can't usually full combo at all because of the ending stream, so that one comes third. I'm also assuming you're asking this for the expert charts because I don't know the challenge charts well enough to even rate them. Your second question is, will I ever do Valkyrie Dimension? If I get to play on an XX2 machine or whatever in the future that has Valkyrie Dimension on it, of course I'll make a video of it. It's probably one of my biggest requests I have on my channel, so keep an eye on it for the future, but as of right now I can't play it, so I must apologize. So we move on to one of my last questions. I think this one was asked on YouTube, but it might have been actually on my Facebook, and I don't have the person who asked it, so sorry whoever asked this. I got your question, but I forgot where you actually posted this and who you are. But they ask, what's the process of fixing a horrible arcade cabinet like, and are you getting closer where you can AAA The Legend of Max? Horrible arcade cabinet fixing, I'll probably make a video about it in the future. It's getting kind of technical at that point. It could be sensors, it could be whoever's running the arcade's buying cheap Chinese sensors, which are pretty much not sensitive at all, and they ruin the arcade experience for you. It could be a grounding issue. It could be the sensors are just really concave and they're hard to push down, or you have to push down on them a lot to trigger. So that's kind of going to be probably a video I'll do in the future. I actually made a video on how to repair a sensor, put a pump it up sensor in instead of a Dance Dance Revolution one because they're more reliable. So you should check out that video. Your second question was, will I ever AAA Legend Max, or am I close to? Yes, I'm very close to AAAing it. And next to Max 300, that's probably the next Max song that I'm close to AAAing. I've gotten it down to 4 greats, I think, now. So it's right there, man. Next to Max 300, and I think I also have 4 on. One of those is going to happen very soon, so we'll just see how it kind of plays out. Very close, though, on both of them. Well, my last question comes from Matthew Fan. He says, who do you look up to when I'm playing DDR? I don't really look up to anyone when I play DDR. What I aspire to be is like the best player, and I want to be that guy that's on top. I want to be that guy that's like, oh, he has the most AAAs on Dance Dance Revolution. I want to be that guy up there. So that's what I kind of look up to when I play Dance Dance Revolution. I don't really look up to a player. What I want to do is vision myself at the top, so I don't look up to anyone else when I play. A lot of people say, is my inspiration Brosoni? Is it Dr. D or anything? Dr. D is a friend of mine, so I wouldn't really say I look up to him. And Brosoni, he's a really good player. He can do all these challenge charts, but I don't look up to him necessarily. I think it's really cool that he can do all this stuff, but I just am kind of in it to play it and be that guy at the top that says he has the most AAAs and he's one of the top most respected players too. So I don't really look up to a person per se, but the future of me as a player, I guess, is what I look up to. Next question comes from Cavante Zarua. I'm sorry if I totally butchered your name, but this is the last question too, so we'll go ahead and finish it up here. Hello, Con. It's Kevy1885 from YouTube again. Just want to ask one last question for your Q&A vid. How come you don't play home versions of DDR anymore? For all I know, you could be missing out on 100+ songs. I already answered this question kind of. Got rid of all my DDR stuff pretty much. I have a few console games left. All the American games I still have because no one really wants those. I sold all of my Japanese DDR games for the most part, so I don't have them anymore. My Mel Dance Pad is sold. I only have soft mats left, and I'm pretty much just giving those away at this point. So, yeah, that's pretty much why. I thought the console games were getting boring because the arcade games are so different. The timing window is a ton tighter. So that also has to do with it. So just those two kind of factors kind of just led me to just playing Dance Dance Revolution on the arcade and just sticking with it. I mean, I own the arcade machine, so there's no point in me playing the console games anymore or holding on to that stuff. I can get rid of it and be just as happy, which I am. I have the Dance Dance Revolution machine. That's all that really matters to me. So, got rid of all my console stuff, and I'm sorry if you guys feel like you're missing out on all this console stuff, but a few other people are getting that job done for me. One of them is I am Christopher Life Fan 11, and there's a few others like Margot, Margot Mungo, I think is her name, on YouTube. I know her on Xenius, but yeah, look up those players. They play the console games still. So yeah, we got through the question and A video finally. I know it's been about 50 minutes, and that sucks. I wasn't planning on making it this long, but I had quite a few answers to get through. A lot of people had 2 questions. So yeah, thank you guys for sticking it out with me here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this commentary and me answering your questions. And thanks for 1 million views. Thanks for subscribing, guys. Leave a like and in the bottom corner right over here, and hopefully we get our 1 million views here, more subscribers. As always, more videos coming soon of Dance Dance Revolution. Got another blog entry I want to upload as well, so see you guys soon.